G'day guys, we're here on the couch today with Laura Roberts. She's an expert in the field of high-speed photography. Now Laura, can you enlighten us a little bit? What is high-speed photography?
Well, Tom, high-speed photography is the science of taking pictures of a very fast phenomenon. In 1948, the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers defined high-speed photography as any set of photographs captured by a camera capable of 128 frames per second or greater, and of at least 3 consecutive frames. High-speed photography can be considered to be the opposite of time-lapse photography.
So how did they first come up with this high-speed photography idea?
Well, the first practical application of high-speed photography was Edward Muybridge's 1878 investigation into whether horses' feet were actually all off the ground at once during a gallop.
That's all well and good, but what are the uses for high-speed photography?
Well, Tom, there's 2. The first is that a photograph itself may take in a way as to appear and freeze motion, especially to reduce motion blur. And the second is that a series of photographs may be taken at a high sampling frequency or frame rate. The first requires a sensor with good sensitivity, and either a very good shuttering system or a very fast strobe light. And the second requires some means of capturing successive frames, either with a mechanical device or by moving data off electronic sensors very, very quickly. So, Tom, did you know that the show Mythbusters prominently uses high-speed photography or high-speed cameras to measure speed and height?
So that's how they get all those slow-motion sequences?
That's how they do it.
I've also seen some David Attenborough National Geographic documentaries that might use that technique as well.
Yeah, like animals slowing down in frame rate. It's quite exquisite, actually. It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, a show called Time Warp is centered around the use of high-speed cameras to slow things down that are usually very fast and hard to see with our eyes.
I've seen that show. It's great. Get onto it. So, this is all well and great. Are there any cons to high-speed photography, Laura?
Well, yes, Tom, there is, as with everything great in the world. Saving these high-speed images onto a camera, with cameras today that have resolutions up to 4 megapixels, it can actually store up to 11 gigabytes worth of data. So camera cards get full very quickly and very inconvenient.
That would take up a lot of space.
It does.
It would cost a lot of money, I
It
assume.
would, very much so.
Now, what's the fastest that you can actually record at a high-speed photography sequence?
Well, Tom, recent advances in the form of image-converted devices are able to provide temporal resolutions of less than 50 pixel-seconds, equivalent to over 20 billion frames per second.
Wow, that is a lot.
That is
some super slow motion. Well, thanks guys, that's all we've got time for today. Laura's got to get off and shoot some high-speed sequences. I hope you enjoyed our segment and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.
Welcome back. Now you've seen a little bit about high-speed photography, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of that in my studio. I've got my assistant over here, Gloria, who's going to help me with the setup. What we're going to do today is we're going to drop some coins into water, or pour some water into water, and then we're going to shoot it with, we've got Nikon D90 with a 105mm macro, and that will be triggering a remote flash, which is an SB900. Now, the reason why we use speedlights is because they have an incredibly short flash duration. You can get down to like, I think minimum power on this thing is about 60,000th of a second on the SB900 here. And the minimum power, that is a lot faster than the fastest shutter speed you can get on a digital SLR, which is usually 4 or 8,000th of a second. So 60,000th of a second, that's going to freeze pretty much anything. That'll freeze a bullet. That's definitely going to freeze this slow-moving, relatively slow-moving water today. Let's get started. Now I've got the setup. I've got Gloria over here on the camera. I'm going to drop a coin. I've got my SB900 triggered by the camera. I'm going to drop the coin into the glass, and Gloria's going to fire the camera. And hopefully we're going to get some good results. Ready, Gloria? Ready? Oh. We're just going to keep doing that over and over, and we'll show you the results up on the screen.